Hello everyone. Um, I just thought I would do a quick video. Well, quick, a video for you guys, just to kind of let you know how things are going. I look so puffy. Ooh, right. We are still here, 41 weeks and 2 days today, and there's been some things happening actually. I've been fairly silent, but I've been feeling very tired, and I just didn't feel like recording a video and posting it. I just needed like time off and just kind of be with myself and stuff. Basically what has happened is I've my watch has broke. Yay. Yesterday morning, so Thursday at 2 a.m. my watch has broke, and that was a very interesting experience, I must say. I wasn't really expecting it like that. It was actually a gush, and it was 2 a.m. in the morning. I was sleeping. I didn't have any contractions, just the practice ones, Braxton Hicks and all that stuff. And I don't know, it was exactly at 2 a.m. When I opened my eyes, and I was getting ready because every 2 hours I have to go to the toilet. And I opened my eyes and I instantly felt like something is coming, something that I can't stop. It's gonna leak or something. Sorry for the TMI part, but it is a pregnancy channel, so yeah. Anyway, so after I've so basically when I sense something is coming, and I was kind of trying to stop it, but I couldn't really. I literally jumped out of bed. I know, even with this belly, I did jump out of bed. So luckily my bed was completely intact, and I didn't wet my bed or anything. But when I stood up, literally, a gush of water came out. And it was such a strange feeling, because now I know what it means to be incontinent, because I couldn't do anything about it. And I was just like staring, and I'm like, oh my God, oh my God. I knew it's water, water breaking. I wasn't expecting, because obviously there hasn't been any sort of progress on my cervix or anything for the past some week. And yeah, I don't really know whether the cervical exam that I've had at the midwife on Tuesday stimulated that. It's possible, because I couldn't really get a sweep and stretch, because I wasn't dilated enough to get a sweep or stretch. And basically, I don't know, maybe she did something, she stimulated there by just checking me. And then after that, when I realized that, water wouldn't stop, like it kept coming and coming, and every time I was making a step, I was literally soaked. And yeah, it was very interesting. Obviously I rushed to put like one of these kind of diaper pants on. The discreet one is really good, because it already has a pad in, and it really molds nicely on you. I put it on, but it became really soaked straight away, so I had to go upstairs. I had to go to the toilet and actually change, in the next minute. Anyway, that being said, I was quite happy, because I'm like, yay, something is happening, water broke, so yay, I'm happy. Anyway, I called the maternity unit assessment, and sorry, I'm like, my brain is a bit frozen. And I called them and I said to them that, I gave them all the information that my water had broken and blah blah. They asked me all this question: when did it break? How does it look like? Did you have any contractions and blah blah? And I didn't have any contractions, obviously. When the water broke, I had no idea. I literally just got up like I would normally do, and then bam, water came out. And they said, do you have any contractions? And then they scheduled me for, said, we would be expecting you for an appointment at 8 a.m. So within 6 hours. Don't worry, you don't need to come. But if you want to come earlier, you can just let us know. And I'm just like, it's 2 a.m. It was already 2:20 or something. I was knackered and I felt like maybe I should, I kind of want to get some sleep. If I go earlier now, I don't really like going in the middle of the night because it wouldn't change anything. So I'm like, okay, I'll see you at 8. And so I went there at the unit at 8 in the morning. Also, I got my pad with me, my first diaper pants. I had it with me so I can show it to her. I also took some pictures because it was on my black yoga mat, because I have like a yoga mat on the floor, which was fairly okay because they could see the color in a sense. But anyway, and it was clear with little vernix pieces, because apparently that's vernix from the babies. The baby's covered in vernix, so it protects his skin and stuff. Anyway, so I got there, and I was really keen to do a little video while they connected me to this, monitoring things that, listens to the baby's heartbeat, and one was monitoring like the contractions. But I only realized very late that I could have done that, and I was far away from the phone, and I couldn't get up because I was connected to this big machine. So I let it, I was just like, whatever. Anyway, so she basically did a urine test for me, and then she set me up to this things. She checked my diaper, said it's clear, and it looks like it's my water that has broken. And then for like 15 minutes I was connected to these things. She said that baby's was happy, and she also gave me this clicker thing to press on it like a button every time the baby moves, and I feel the baby moving, which I did. And yeah, and then so when she read this things, I've also asked quite a lot of questions. She said that basically contractions are fairly regular, because they have been. So I've been, after the water broke, from 3 a.m. until like 6, well actually from 3 a.m. until I got to the hospital. The contractions were coming very, very regular and fairly strong, but I could breathe through them. I didn't need to like stop and stuff, but it was like strong contraction, and like a lot of like period cramps kind of down, and like squeezing my pelvis and stuff. It wasn't comfortable, so I was just like breathing kind of, but I could speak to someone if I would have to, so I wasn't like in completely pain, but it was still painful. And then basically they were regular. I timed the contractions, and they were every 4 minutes, every 4 to 5 minutes, and they would last like between 40 seconds and 1 minute 50 seconds, and that went for hours. Okay, so anyways, they were strong, they were regular. But when they connected me to this machine, she said that it's every 5 minutes. The contractions that I have, they're like, I get contraction every 5 minutes, and to be in active labor, you have to have a contractions every 3 minutes. So like in 10 minutes, you have 3 contractions, and that would last 1 minute. So they would be fairly like quite regular. They would all have the same intensity and stuff, but they did have the same intensity. They were just not within the time frame that they wanted and stuff and speed. So but she said that it's all good, like the baby's happy and everything is fine. And then she asked me, she said to me that obviously what they advised me is to basically go home after. She also did a speculum check, so she did a speculum check in there, because I've asked her, I said, look, okay, so I can go because my waters were clear and stuff. They didn't really need to do that, but I've requested, and I said I would really like to know whether there's been any sort of progress. I would like to know if I'm dilated or has been any changes in my cervix and stuff, so I have a peace of mind if I do go home. And then she did this speculum check where they introduced this tool thingy, and they can see your cervix, and they can also see if actually those were water that broke, and stuff. And so yeah, she had a look, and then she said to me that indeed that was my water breaking, and that she can see the cervix is open 1 centimeter, and that the cervix is changing, but obviously not at the speed that I would want. And what they recommend is like normally to go home basically, and you have an option to wait 36 hours, and if your labor doesn't start naturally, then you can get induced, so between 32 or 72 hours, 36 and 72 hours. So she asked me, what would you like to do? Is there a slot that you would like me to book you in for an induction, just in case your labor doesn't start naturally within these hours? And I said, well, I'd rather be induced after 36 hours, because I don't want to put at risk my baby for infection and stuff, as I know there are risks for infections. And also I'm having a contraction right now, so it's cramp down here. It's very crampy. Oh. So anyway, she said to me that what would you like to do? And I said after 36 hours I would like to be induced. So that would, she said, I'm gonna check the slots and stuff, but if your labor start naturally, then obviously just give us a call, and then we will we would then admit you in and stuff like this, like the midwifery center where I actually want to give birth. And so yeah, so then she booked me in for this induction for Saturday morning, 9 a.m., which is tomorrow morning. And I came home. When I came, and she gave me all this like spreadsheet sheet thing, and she said to me with instructions, said if you can like take your temperature every 4 hours, monitor your temperature, your discharge or your waters for color, for any change of like color and discoloration or something. And yeah, and also just kind of keep an eye on your baby's movements and stuff. Everything's been fine since then, but my contractions slowed down big time since I came yesterday back home. A friend of mine came in the evening. We went for a walk in Florence Park, and then I felt like my contractions had kind of started to pick up again, but very, very slow. And so literally I was a bit like frustrated and disappointed, because after 2 p.m. in the afternoon, I was barely getting any contractions, maybe every hour, one every 20 minutes and stuff. In a sense it was okay, because I couldn't really sleep. So for a while they were coming out every 5 minutes, but then later on it kind of, there was a big gap between them. So by the evening, when the night came, they literally kind of not stopped fully, but they were very, very few contractions I was getting, and that was maybe one every hour or 2 hours, I would say, which in a way sense it was okay, because I managed to sleep through the night, and I managed to go back to sleep every time, because I was knackered. I was up from 2 a.m. until 9 p.m. in the night, because I couldn't really nap. I tried, and so yeah, anyway, and then throughout the night, like I started getting every 20 minutes a contraction, and then every hour, and then every 2 hours, and since then it's been like that. So I get one odd one here and there. So not much happening at the moment. I went for a walk, but like around the shop, so I can get myself some raspberry leaf tea and stuff like this. And I've been standing up, I've been cooking, and just try to be active. Now I'm just sitting on this ball, although I'm not really bouncing, but yeah, I've just been I couldn't really go to the gym. I wanted to do some squatting and stuff at the gym, but my back really hurts and I can feel a lot of pressure. And also there have been some changes today, because it seems that I'm getting some like spotting, like this apparently bloody show thing, but it hasn't been like what I see in the pictures on the photos and stuff, like a big lump or something like that. I've just been like throughout the day, it's been kind of spotting. And so yeah, when I called the maternity unit, they said that probably that's my like mucus plug and bloody show, kind of, you know, all that stuff happening, which is good because that means that the cervix is working, it's progressing, and things are happening. But of course, like, still I don't really have many contractions, and I am not going to stress about it anymore, although I didn't want to end up at induction. Who knows, maybe I'm going to go there tomorrow and they're going to notice, oh, you're dilated a lot. That would be a miracle. if I would actually not need the induction, but you know, who knows. So yeah, so induction 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, if things don't move forward by then, which doesn't look like it will, and that will be with Syntocin, which is a synthetic form of the oxytocin hormone. And they said that they're going to start it really low, with like 1 milliliter or something like that, and then they're going to increase it from there depending on how my body responds, the baby and everything, and I'll be continuously monitored with a wireless, I think, thingy, so I can be a little bit mobile around. I'm not entirely sure about the epidural, what I'm going to do. I'm going to find out tomorrow, because I didn't want to have an epidural. I wanted a natural birth and everything, but obviously being induced changes everything, so I'm gonna have to wait and find out tomorrow and see how things go, and I will ask all the questions there. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna go and take a nap, and I had a nice lunch, and I'm gonna try to relax and, you know, just pray that things are gonna go well, and that my baby's gonna be fine, and he's gonna be safe, and that induction, if I have to get to the induction, that things are gonna be going smooth and with no risk and things. And yeah, I just pray that everything is going to be okay. Right, well, I'll see you guys. I'll keep you posted about how things are going tomorrow. But if you have any questions and I can help for those mamas who are pregnant and they have questions about, you know, how things are getting done around here in UK with the NHS and the pregnancy, and like up until the stage which I reach right now, then if I can help, please drop a comment down below. But in the meantime, you take care, and we will see you soon. Bye.